Hello students, welcome back. So today's topic is going to be on self-referential structure in C. Okay, I'll be teaching you what is self-referential structure and how to write a C code for the self-referential structure. Now coming to the definition, actual definition of self-referential structure. So any structure when it points to the same type of structure, it is called a self-referential structure. For example, we already know what exactly is a recursive function. When a function calls itself again and again, then it is called as recursive function. In the same way, when a structure points to the same type of structure or when a structure points to itself, then it is called as self-referential structure. So this is the actual definition of self-referential structure. So what can a structure have? A structure can have member variables. Okay, so for example, a struct node. So struct is the keyword, node is the name of the structure. Okay, now this structure named node has two member variables. One is the data variable that holds integer data type. The other one is a pointer variable. But what is the data type? It is a struct node. So it is a structure which is pointing to itself. So such type of structure is called as self-referential structure. Either it can point to itself or it can point to some other structure of similar type. What do I mean by similar type? The member variables of another structure should be same as the structure. Okay, so when a structure points to itself or when a structure points to another structure of the similar type, then it is called as self-referential structure. Okay, later when I teach you with example, it will be very easy for you to understand. Now coming to, these are the very key points which you have to note it down for any competitive exam or for your placements. Okay, so P is a pointer, star P, it is a pointer variable of which type? Of type node. Okay, so this is a pointer variable of type node. Second point, structure node is a self-referential structure with P as a referencing pointer. So P points to itself. Okay, so it is a self-referential structure with P as a referencing pointer. Third point, this is very important point, pointer should be initialized properly before accessing. So this is how we declare a pointer variable of struct data type. Okay, but before using it we have to initialize it with proper data. Otherwise the value of P will be a garbage value. If we do not initialize it properly, then automatically it takes the garbage value. So this point is very important from competitive exam point or from placement point. Okay, now I'll just brush up what exactly is a self-referential structure. A structure, this is a structure when a member variable, a pointer which points to the same structure or it points to another structure of the similar type is called as self-referential structure. Now let me teach you with an example. Okay, so this is the syntax. It is the syntax of self-referential structure. Now let me teach you how it works. How self-referential structure works. Okay, so struct node, struct is a keyword, node is the structure name. I have two member variables here, int data is one variable, struct node star P. P is a pointer variable of type structure. It is pointing to the structure node, which means it is pointing to itself. The syntax is we have to terminate the structure with a semicolon. Okay, now these are the member variables. How do I access the member variables? Using structure variable. How do we call the structure variable? Struct node, struct structure node. Okay, and member variable is, structure variable is A. These are member variables, this is a structure variable. So in order to read value and store inside the structure, I should have a structure variable. So this is how you declare a structure variable. Struct structure name followed by the structure variable. Okay, now I want to store. Now after this, a structure, okay, with two member variables, data and star P. which is empty. After this statement, this will be the values of the structure. There are two variables, one is integer variable, the other one is pointer variable, which it points to itself. If I give A is the node name, node A, data and star P. Okay. Now I want to add data within the structure. How do I access? So it is structure variable dot operator, data is the member variable, is equal to 10. Now what happens? Structure node A with data and P, value will be A dot data, so I am adding value 10 inside A. Then A dot P is equal to null. A dot P is equal to null. So what is the value of P here? It is null. If I do not initialize proper value, if I don't give this value, then some garbage value will be put inside P. Okay. Now this is one structure. The other structure, struct node of same type node, structure variable of B. Okay. Now what will happen? Another node will be created with the name B, and there are two fields. Okay. Fine. Now struct node B. I want to add value inside B. It will be B dot data is equal to 20. So what happens? I put 20 inside data value and B dot P is equal to null. So it is null here. Fine. Okay. Now there are two structures of node A and B, but of similar data, similar structure. A is pointing to structure node, B is also pointing to structure node. So there are two different values. Now I am going to link these two nodes. I am going to link these two nodes. How do I link? A dot P. Now P is a pointer variable. Since it is a pointer variable, what is definition of a pointer? A variable that holds address of another variable. So P will hold address of another variable. I wanted to link node A and node B. So when node A is linked with node B, the address of B should be stored in P, right? Address of B should be stored in P here. So how do I write? A dot P, initially A dot P is equal to null. Now what is A dot P? A dot P is equal to address of B. Address of B. A dot P is equal to address of B. For example, if node A is at address 1000, B is at address 2000. Now instead of null, after this point, after this line, A will be two fields. One is data, the other one is star P. So it will have 10. Okay, this is A, and B will again have data field, the pointer field. Okay, and this is 20. Now after this particular line, this will have address 2000, which means it is pointing to B. We are linking node A and node B through this particular instruction. Okay, fine. Now we understood. So A and B are of same structure. Okay, but A and B are of same structure. Now I am trying to link. So it is self-referential structure. Either it can point to itself or it can point to another structure of the same type. Now just predict the output. I am printing printf %d A dot data. The second line is printf an integer value A dot P pointing to data. So what will be the output of these two lines? First, print %d. I am going to print an integer value from where A dot data. What is A dot data? It is 10. So output will have initially 10. Okay, then see the second line, printf percentage %d a dot p pointing to data. What is a dot p? 2000. So which means it is linking to the next node b. So a dot p pointing to data, a dot p pointing to data. What is the data value? 20. So the output will be 10 and 20. Understood? So this is how a self-referential structure works. So what are the applications where it can be used? It can be used in creating list, linked list, trees and graphs. So these are the applications of self-referential structure. So these are the applications of self-referential structure. Okay, I think the video was very useful. Thank you.